What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another wonderful evening here in Adult Fantasyland. I am your host, Todd. Hey, Dusty.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. We are doing great.
Yeah, we're doing good. It is another night. We have something special for you tonight. Kind of a variation on our chill stream. We're going to do an AMA. And what we're going to do tonight actually is kind of give you guys a catch up on let you guys know what we're doing, where we are, everything about the launch coming up this weekend. If you have questions, we have answers, and maybe some behind the scenes insight on some of the things we have working coming up. You know, because we have this problem where we keep inventing things and using things. So new tools. It's fine. Everything's good. How's your day been, Dusty?
It's been good. But yeah, to touch on that, we always have these conversations like we're like, can we just not invent anything new? And then we have these awesome ideas and have to build it. So yeah, always new things.
So I'll show you today. So today was one of the, I don't know. So if you guys have seen the well, you probably haven't seen the trailer yet, but we're doing a well, we'll talk about it, but we ended up adding a little bit of a game element to this. And then we had some conversations like, oh yeah, we can capture the information for that. It's not a problem. And then today we were like, wait, we got to display that somewhere. I mean, are we going to just do it in a spreadsheet, or should we just like type it out in Discord or something, like an update, right? And I'll tell you, it'll make sense here in a minute. And then we were like, well, shit, if we're going to display it somewhere, if we're capturing the information, we might as well just like build an interface on the sales page. Let's just build an interface. So that's what I did today, is I built an interface. Almost done. It's almost ready. But yeah, let's you guys, you want to jump in? Should we jump into you guys want to look at the sales page real quick, see what's coming up? I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it because it's not just a sales page. It's actually an app that we can all use. Hint, hint, hint. All right, let's do it. Everyone's excited. Chat's great. What's up, Willie? How you doing? Carrots, how you doing, Carrots? KG, what's up? How you doing? JRG, what's up, man? Welcome. Natasha, how are you? And Willie, yeah, very close. I know, very, very close. Almost there. It's always almost there. Let's check this out. Let's see what we got. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this. This is, look at that.
Look at that beautiful smiling face.
It's like a twin. It's like looking in a mirror from earlier today. That's Todd in the morning. This is Todd in the evening. So a couple of things we're gonna go through the page. We're gonna go through every section so you guys have a better understanding of what's going on and what to expect. And I also want to give some kind of clues as to show you some of the behind the scenes things and some of the stuff we've been working on for this, because there's really some awesome, really, really cool stuff that we've been doing for this. So and I'm going to show you, this is I've got a couple of different pages here to show you some different views, because Melissa's actually working on the live site. So we have a staging site and a development site, but this will pretty much be what the final looks like. Anyway, the first thing to notice is that we redesigned the sales page experience. So in fact, I'm just going to do this on the fly. Let me go to, I think the Hail Draconis one is still up. Yep. So Hail Draconis looked like this. So this is the Hail Draconis launch. It's still up, right? It's still happening. And this was a really good page. I'm really happy with it. I designed it to kind of mimic pre-mint, because one, it was fast, and we have to develop things really quick around here because we don't have a lot of extra time because we're a small team and we have a lot to do. So that was the one reason, but really the main reason was we thought that since everyone goes to pre-mint anyway, once you click on pre-mint and you go to pre-mint, why not have the minting experience look similar? And so the thing that we really wanted to focus on wasn't inventing a new design or anything like that. It really was this side on the right. This was our first go at multi products, and I'll tell you how we're going to add on to this in a minute. But what was interesting about this drop was that these are actually two completely separate smart contracts in one sales experience, which is not something that we had seen before. And we also, previous to this one, previous to this drop, the Ashcan drop, we did that multi-wallet connect feature, which I'll talk about. So we created some things, some tools for ourselves, and things that we wanted to see. One of my big bugaboos with Web3 is that it's very difficult to do multi-cart. You see some companies like OpenSea just did it now, but it's not a real multi-cart, right? You can add things to cart and you can check out and you go through the transactions, but a real multi-cart experience would allow you to add upsells and downsells and cross sells and things called order bumps, where you can, as you're going through checkout, you can actually add to your order, right? Hey, you see this on Amazon all the time, right? Hey, people who like this thing also like that thing, and you're like, oh yeah, that actually looks cool. Would you like to add another book for $15? Being able to provide more value and kind of from a technical perspective, add to your ACV, which is average cart value, is pretty important, and so it helps everybody, right? So it's really impossible to do that with ETH by itself because by the way the system works. So this was our first type of solution for that. It was like, okay, well, let's have two products, two separate contracts. Yeah, it's kind of a pain that you can't just add to a cart, but it worked. I mean, people seemed to really like it, and there weren't a lot of problems. We had a little bit of feedback when we learned some things. Was it this one where people like some people had like their browser zoomed in too far or something?
Yeah, the browser zoomed in too far, trying to mint on mobile, just all these little nuanced issues that we had to kind of help people through.
Yeah, and so and I will also say that Melissa and I, our background as a couple, we developed apps for a lot of companies, for a lot of startups. We had like a small consultancy for several years, and the one thing that we really learned after, especially when we built our own software, we built software for other people. The one thing that gets people kind of in a knot often is they build too much too fast, and nobody uses the thing, or something doesn't work and you're not sure what doesn't work, right? Like if it's an error on the page, that's easy to fix. But if the page isn't converting and people aren't buying, well, is it the product? Is it the app? Is it the onboard experience? Is it the checkout? Is it the like what is it? Like who knows? So you really want to start as small as you can, and a lot of people call it an MVP, which is a minimum viable product, and just push it out there. And it's like, what's the minimum viable, right? What's the smallest thing you can make that actually solves a problem that people will use? And so that was huge for us. The fact that people were able to mint and did mint sounds really basic, but you might be surprised how many apps out there, not just in Web3, just in general, are gorgeous and fully featured and have zero people ever use it at all. So we're very happy with this. I mean, we minted over 6,000 pieces and sold over 300 or something. So it was really great, and it worked. So that's great. So when we went to do this one, I said, okay, well, maybe it's a little time for us to. I was looking at it, and I've been really thinking about the way in which we approach selling NFTs and digital collectibles. And while I love the full screen, most minting sites or mint applications, it's a full screen image, the box is in the center, you hit the mint button and you just go. The challenge with that, and that's fine, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a couple problems with that. The first is that you have to connect your wallet, which is not cool to me. The second is, like, if you're coming cold, I don't think that's actually, just my own past experience with marketing, it's not actually like a really good experience, because if you're a cold customer, like if I sent an email out today and said, hey, go check out this thing, and someone who maybe missed all of our pre-launch material, didn't see the tweets, maybe wasn't in the Discord, if they went to that mint site and then just saw a button that said mint now, they have no clue what the hell this is for. You know what I mean? Like you're losing sales. It looks cool, you know, these sites look freaking awesome, but it's not really targeted to people who are just stumbling across something or are curious or may not remember your project or who you are, what you do. And so I wanted to approach it again from that perspective. And you guys know I've talked about this openly. One of my small side missions in the Web3 space is to help founders and teams get over, get over the fear of not selling out, and treat it more like it's not a crowdfunding service, but to treat it a little bit more like that, where, hey, if you hit 10%, that's a goal, and maybe you can have stretch goals and all these kind of things added onto it. I think, you got to take the stigma, the founders need to take that stigma away because it's horrible. And it's just silly. You know what I mean? Like we see it, Dusty and I see it all the time. You see like, oh, company X had a cap of 2,000 and they sold 2,000. Wow, that's awesome. They minted out. Everyone's super happy. Company Y had a cap of 10,000 and minted 2,000. Oh, that's horrible. They didn't make it. Oh my God, everyone's upset. Well, they sold the same amount. They sold the same amount. Like that's from a rational, logical place. That is not a bad thing. It just means they missed the number. And when you're on the project side, it's not possible to pick a good number, right? It isn't possible. And you're like, well, what do you mean by that, dude? Well, if Dusty and I sit down and Melissa and Flint and everybody, if we as a team, everyone sits down and is like, okay, cool, we're going to pick a number. And it's going to be, let's say we pick 7,500. Okay. Well, if we don't hit that, then it's bad, quote unquote bad, right? Oh man, they didn't hit it. Ooh, oh no. But internally, if you do hit it, then the number was too low. If you mint out and sell out, then you're like, well, damn, we should have done more, right? And so this is the thing that a lot of teams are facing, especially now in a bear market where they're probably not doing 10K drops, right? You hit 10K in like a short time, you're like, cool, that's fine, right? That's a huge number, right? But if you do a drop of 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 and it mints out, you're like, shit, man, like, did we lowball ourselves? Like, maybe the price was wrong, or maybe we should have charged more, or maybe the quantity should have been higher. It's still a celebration, but there's always it's kind of an impossible game. So I think I wanted to redesign the site and redesign the sales site with a little more friendliness and a little more fun and a little more relaxation for both people who would come to learn about the project and project owners, not just us, but other partners that we hope to bring on, so that they can have just a little bit of relaxation and bring a little fun to it. So hopefully you can see that in the design. It's a little bit like a crowdfunding platform, although obviously it's not. It's way more technically advanced than that. And then I don't know. I felt like I was doing the design and I was like, man, it kind of reminds me, like, I'm dating myself, but like back in the day with the when MySpace was a thing, like one of the cool things about MySpace was that you really had the ability to hack the site as a kid. You could add a little bit of HTML and CSS and like have sparkles across the page. Like there was a lot of freedom in how to design it. And like people have lost that. These systems now are so tight because they want everything to be designed. They want everything to be in order. But I mean, there were kids making a lot of money having businesses because they were able to design these MySpace pages with all the sparkles and stuff that people wanted. You know what I mean? And so we wanted to do a little bit of that. So I said, one of my favorite things back in the MySpace days was the background, like the tiled background stuff. And so I went ahead and we added that. So we've got Devoid back there looking cool. And that Avery drew that. And that's such a good image. I love that image. She's a tough cookie. Anyway, so we've got Adult Fantasy Origin Comic 1. I created a nice intro video, nice smiling face. You know, I look like I don't have any teeth in that image for some reason. Like, I feel like it looks like my dentures are going to fall out or something.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
It's a little like I left my teeth in the jar next to the nightstand. But that's okay. You know, we all get older. Nothing wrong with that. I'm fortunate. I have all my teeth. And I think I've only had like one cavity in my life. So
that's awesome.
Right? I do pretty well. Do all right. You know. But yeah, so there's some old dude in a weird hat in front of the world's most expensive green screen. And it's just a short video really talking about the carrots. Boy, you know how to hurt a guy. It's a great picture of the guy from Up. Ow. Touche, sir. Well played. Appreciate you. That's pretty good. So it's just an intro video, kind of a quick rundown of the entire page. We then have a story section, which is basically the description or the about area. And we also have this thing called leaderboard. So this is what I've been actually working on today, because we decided we were talking about this week. And then today it was like, well, let's just build it. So the leaderboard, if you click on this, you'll see it doesn't have any data yet there, because I'm preparing this for the this will be live, I think, tomorrow. But I'm going to show you what this looks like with dummy information. So this is sort of our other site here. If I click on leaderboard, you'll see that, oops, there's nothing there yet. That won't be there, obviously. But you can see we're going to be ranking 1 to 25. So this is all dummy information, obviously. KG says, happy to hear you have all of your teeth. Hey man, look, at my age, I have mostly a full head of hair. You know what I'm saying? I've got a good head of hair, and I've got teeth, and I can still see. So I'm pretty good, man. Hey, what's up, Upper? How you doing, man?
Hey, welcome. What's up, Opportunist?
Welcome. So we're going to be creating a leaderboard here on the sales page, and I'm going to tell you why that is in a minute. This is all dummy information. We'll be tracking the top 25, but I wanted to share this with you as we go down. So TLDR, the origin comic is the first appearance of and the origin story of D Void, and each NFT is unique. It's the same amazing thing that you're used to. Flint has actually been doing some amazing work, so I'm actually I could actually share with you guys some stuff on that. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to share you something special. Flint's has made a little update to the player beyond some of the special comic stuff, which I can't wait to show you. So really quick, the TLDR, Saturday at 9 p.m. This Saturday is the burn to claim for all Mint Pass #1 holders. So if you have an ash can, you just come Saturday at 9 p.m. That's our launch party, right? You guys know by now, if you've been around a minute, like, we don't have launch times, we have launch parties. I think, knock on wood, we've been doing this enough. We're getting better. Like we actually launched, I think, early last time. We don't launch like a couple minutes early by accident, so that was pretty good. Like we're getting our stuff down. So launch party is November 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then Monday is going to be the general public. So Saturday is all Mint Pass holders and early access allow list, so all the pre-mint stuff for the paid tier. So there'll be a free burn tier and there'll be a paid tier. And the paid tier has like a lot of cool bonuses and benefits to it. So stick around. You're definitely going to hear about this. It's an open edition sale. So it's basically what's going to happen is, well, you know what? I'll just tell you about this in a minute. There's an open edition sale. And so as you purchase the special cover, there'll be a special cover for the paid tier. As you buy that, there actually will be rewards for how many you buy, because we straight up, the more you guys support, the more it helps us. 100% of the proceeds go back to the team and go right back into the project. So it really helps us out. So we want to reward people who want to collect more, and in fact. So there'll be rewards if you mint 3, there'll be rewards if you mint 5, there'll be a reward if you mint 10. And the top buyers, the top 14 buyers, will get one of one original art airdrops. So these are original art NFTs. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But just know that the paid version, it has like a little bit of gamification to it, a little game mechanics, game theory with it. That if you don't feel like it, no problem. You can just burn your mint pass and you get that comic for free. Okay. So we want you guys, at any way you guys feel comfortable to engage. I'm just excited to get the comic in your hands, because like we've had it for a minute and it seems pretty awesome.
It's so good. So good.
Upper says, I saw that vape, sir.
Being a little stealth, a little bit.
That's all right. No problem. Bad Kitty says, super excited for this. Can't wait. Awesome, Bad Kitty. Thank you. So introducing Origin Comic number 1, Death, Destruction, Freedom. It all starts with Origin Comic number 1. Inspired by community members who have been invited to attend and participate in our weekly lore games events, Adult Fantasy Origin Comic number 1 features the intolerable Devoid and signals the official kickoff of the Adult Fantasy universe lore. The events that occur in Origin Comic number 1 will directly affect future stories, characters, world building, gameplay, and more. If you only knew what we have planned in store for you guys next year, this is a big deal. And I want to take just a brief minute. I know you guys have probably heard me preach about this before, but I do want to take a brief minute to express how special this is, because there are plenty of Web3 projects out there, and there are plenty of Web3 projects out there that talk about decentralizing Disney or whatever, the next Marvel this or that or whatever. Most of those projects are top down. Almost all of them. And in fact, the ones that claim to be bottom up are still kind of top down. And what that means is that there is a core group at the top, and they make all the decisions, and they basically include you in at one level below, but really the things that you're deciding don't have any consequence. And what I mean by that is an engagement mechanic might be something like character A goes to the store. Does he go to the store by bicycle, by car, or by boat? Well, that's, to me and to us here at AF, that's an inconsequential decision, because however the character gets to the store, the character still gets to the store, right? An adult fantasy question is, does the character get to the store? And if not, why not? Right? All of a sudden, you now have a choice of like, well, what does this mean? Like, what if the character goes to the door of the store and chooses to hop on a city bus and go somewhere else, right? What happens to that adventure? So that's when we're doing lore games and all the other stuff that we have coming out. Like, that's basically the generation of true storytelling, right? And real engagement and community involvement. So I just wanted to take a minute to let you guys know that, as far as I'm concerned, and at least as far as I know, this is really the first comic out there that I know of. Maybe the first any piece of a project. I could be wrong about that, but at least the first comic where it actually came out directly from 100% community-based lore design and actual like questions that were consequential, right? And so it's literally from you guys. And Zach wrote it up and made it awesome, and Avery drew it, and it's freaking incredible. So props to everybody. Props to you guys for writing it. Props to Avery and Zach for kicking ass on it. Benefits: the original comic NFT is the key to unlocking the next phase of adult fantasy. I'm going to kind of briefly scan over this because you guys know, we have a lot of ways in which the everything that we release ties into everything else. So we have collector rewards, drops, unlocked future drops. The mint pass will be used, certainly like the mint pass is used for burning. It's also going to be used for other things down the road. Same thing with this, you know what I mean? Like, everything leads to other things. So I'm not going to explain I'm not going to go into what it unlocks. But look, we plan to do more stories with Devoid and it kind of benefits you to have that first appearance, right? So, and then of course it's going to have the grading system that Flint invented, the technology. Take one moment. I want to share this because you're witnessing something that is really unique now. I don't know if you guys are catching it.
I love this so much.
Dude, so Flint figured out how to basically allow us to embed NFTs now. So we can now embed any adult fantasy NFT. We can embed it into a website. So this is the player. This is what's on OpenSea and everywhere else, but it's embedded in the website, right? And it's the exact same player, does the same thing, right? Isn't that cool? So I'm just like in love with this thing. It's like super cool. So again, props to Flint. The fact that we can now embed NFTs. Again, I haven't seen like, and again, I don't mean this to sound like I'm tooting our horn, even if it does. Like, I don't know of any other project that allows you to embed NFTs. Are there other projects, Nessie?
Well,
I'm sure
you
there
would
are.
usually just take the JPEG and stick it somewhere, right? But I mean, it's not the token itself.
Yeah, and I also, the other thing that, and I still like have trouble wrapping my head around this thing. Flint said something in a meeting, was like a couple weeks ago, and it kind of dawned on me. Like, he said it so off the cuff, like, "Oh yeah, it's just this and that," and I was like, "Wait, what?" But basically, what you're looking at is an entire game system. So this is a game engine. So Flint built, no joke, he built a game engine from the ground up. And so what you're really looking at is it's a game. It's a game engine where the game is the de-aging mechanisms and the generative aspect of the cards and the comics and stuff. So yeah, so I'm super excited just that we can embed stuff now. KG says Flint is the bomb. Upper says that's cool. Yeah, it's super cool.
Hey, Wizard.
Bad Kitty says I agree. Hey, Wizard, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. We're just we're jamming here, man.
You know, Todd, I think one of the things that I like the most about what we build is that this is as close as you can actually get to having a digital item, right? It's not a picture, it's not a video of something, it's actually an item. Like, it's just so cool.
Yeah, and I think it also, my daydream, and I'm willing to admit this is a daydream. It's not a promise. It's a daydream. But, this case, the comic case and the card case, like, this is fully engineered. Meaning it's not just like a 3D sculpted thing. Like, we can print this out and manufacture this stuff right now. And so one of the things that we talked about pre-launch way back was the idea that we could actually manufacture the cards, print the cards or the comic, and actually like have the graded comic printed like with whatever damage. Like, if you had a 3.75, we could print out. I mean, it wouldn't be damaged, but it would have the damage print on the cover.
Yeah.
But it would say 3.75 and it would have the damage in the same place as the actual book. Pretty cool, right?
That could be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Upper says, if I have spatial, can I have that floating in my gallery? I'm not totally sure about spatial because I'm not super familiar with them, but yeah, this is just an iframe. So yeah, anywhere that allows embeds, you shouldn't have a problem. I mean, this is literally just a basic website. Like, I mean, it's an app, but what it's embedded in is just a web page. So if you can embed a movie, then you can embed this player. It's just like embedding a YouTube video, right? So yeah, it's super cool. And so yeah, the actual embed feature is going to be available really, really soon across all the entire line. So that's coming out. Anyway, that's so cool. And I also, so the other thing is, this doesn't show up here because it's a player, but I want to show it's over here. Let me see it. Yeah. So check this out. I'm going to play this. So, of course, it's not playing. I got throttled. There it goes. So this is a mock-up of the comic cover. Let's see if I can get the. It's not playing yet. There we go. There we go. But I don't know if you guys can notice, so Flint on this pass worked more on the reflection in the glass. So now we have more of a little more realism in the reflection on the turn on the glass. I don't know. I know it's super minor, but it looks so good, and it's just, we're perfectionists, and yeah. So this is basically what the comic, the burnable comic, the cover A, we call it, the most common cover. When you burn your ash can, your Mint Pass 1, you'll get this comic, and it'll be statically graded. And yeah, again, props to Flint for adding like this really beautiful reflection. Like, what do you think, Dusty? Can you tell the difference?
Oh, it's so much better. Yeah, when you put the two side to side, the reflections are just beautiful. Super good.
If you guys want me to do that, I can put both of them together and we can check it out. But I also don't want to.
Do you think we could get Flint to make it so that I could see my face in the reflection? That would make it really real.
Yeah, but then he'd also have to design the case cracking, and that would be,
Wow.
Upper says, okay, I think I can make it work. Fun. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Wizard says, looks awesome. Thanks, Wizard. Your opinion means a tremendous amount, man. Natasha says, absolutely, looks super amazing. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah, it's like, it's going to look great, man. So going back here. So it's going to be randomly graded. Okay, so tier 1, burning Mint Pass number 1 to receive the Origin comic number 1. Pretty simple. You'll be getting a rare cover A edition by Avery. And you can burn it says multiple Mint Pass number 1s may be burned at once, and each burned pass will get you one rare edition cover. Please note that the rare edition cover is an open edition, not to exceed the total quantity of Mint Pass number 1, right? Basically, so I know the number one question is like, well, which ash can should I burn? Like if I burn the black and white one, does that get something more special than the blue one, which is a more common one? The answer for this drop is no. So we want to work towards that, but we're doing a lot of new things from a code standpoint. And so we were like, well, let's get the burn feature done first, make sure it works, which it does. And then we can start to do really cool things down the road with it, right? Like I said, there will be more uses for the Ashcan edition moving forward. So kind of be sure to choose wisely. Obviously I would expect, and this is just me, everyone has their own thing. I would expect that more people are going to burn the blue first and then maybe move up to, I think red is the second, which is going to be interesting because what happens when blue becomes more rare than red or yellow? You know what I mean? Like depending on how many burn, you actually can see some dynamics change in the rarity of these things. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I have no idea what will happen, but it's really a lot of fun. Half of this is just like, I wonder what will happen. Let's find out. Is there anything I'm forgetting about this, Dusty?
No, I think that's about it. There definitely will be use cases later on. Like Mint Pass number 1 is not just for the Origin comic, it's its own collectible. It's for the Origin comic, and we'll have special things in the plan for it for later as well.
For sure. Tier 2. So this is the free version. Basically, it's the Mint Pass number 1, and you can go ahead and burn that for the Origin comic. If you don't have Mint Pass number 1, it was a free drop. I think on OpenSea it's like $2. So feel free. Like it's a really easy way to get in. I gotta say, I know I probably as a founder I should be like, it should be 17 ETH floor, but I actually love the fact that it's about the price of a comic book. You know what I mean? Like it's about the price of a classic book. A book in the 90s was about like $2.95, and that's kind of where like the ash cans are. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like I love that. Wizard says, what's to be expected for gas? Great question. So we won't know until the day of because of gas prices. However, one of the things that Melissa's been doing all year is, I mean, she rebuilt our contracts from the ground up. We basically took Azuki's 721A and modified it and adapted it to a brand new contract structure that looks more like a hub and spoke, like a wheel, so that there's a core contract on the chain, and then as we add different functions like burning, that becomes almost like an extension, right? So we have all these extensions, and they're all minted, they're all on chain, and so when we create new things, all we have to do is reference these other things. And so from a partnership standpoint and from our HQ standpoint, making a contract is super cheap. Like I've had people now, like we may, and this, I'm telling you this because you know we do like a lot of partnerships. And that's a sidebar to the gas. I'll tell you about the gas in a second. But I think now, depending on how heavy the contract is, like if we have had partners say, well, what about this and that? And our estimates for like deploying a contract is somewhere between like $300 and $500, which like I cannot tell you, like every single project owner I tell, they're just like, holy crap, are you serious? Because you can't do it for less than several $1,000s. Just to give you how big of a difference that is, without giving you a specific number, I'll tell you that to deploy Adult Fantasy Season 1 last December was 5 figures. So we spent 5 figures to deploy that contract, right? And now we can do the same thing for like $300. So just again, Melissa's a badass. You know, I am useless. It's Melissa and Flint. I show up and get to do the fun stuff. So that's on the contract side. On the gas side, because we modified and used 721A, I'm expecting gas to be really cheap. I know Carrots. I'm trying to remember. I think people were like for our ash cans and for Hail Draconis, they were like, well, Hail Draconis was the last drop, and I did some screenshots. I could probably share in Discord if you wanted, but it was like people were minting like 10 and 20 and 30 of them and doing it for like a couple dollars in gas or something.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter whether it was paid or whether it was a free mint. Like people were, I don't think anyone paid. I mean, again, it depends on what the GUI is, but for that drop, I don't think anyone paid, no matter how many they minted. I don't think anyone paid over like $5 in gas, you know, and that was like for people that were minting like 60 or 70 of them. Right. So most people were spending between $1 and $2, I think. So yeah, it's awesome, dude. We like, especially, I mean, you Wizard, you've been around long enough. Like you remember like our original drop, like, you know, gas went up, and then it was like, we worked really hard to kind of like fix all that early stuff. There he goes. Carrot says, I minted 100 plus for like $2 or $3. Yeah. I have that screenshot somewhere because I was so excited. Yeah, totally. So there you go. 100 for like $2 or $3. It's the same contract. Like there's no difference other than the only thing new is the burn, which is why we've been asking you guys to test in Discord. So it should be the same, give or take, based on whatever the gas is for the day. KG says, how long for the first mint phase? Might be Sunday before I can mint. Yeah, it should be fine. So what we're going to be doing is so Saturday the burn to claim opens Saturday night, but you'll be able to get it on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. We're going to leave this open for several days. Well, we don't have a straight up, like we don't have a specific day to cut it off just yet. But we are planning to probably, depending on how it is, we're probably going to leave it up through Thanksgiving here in the States, just because the team needs a break. Because we need a break, and you know, and also to give people time. You know what I mean? So I think you should be fine. Yeah, Wizard says, yeah, I remember. Yeah, exactly. We were like, hell no, that can't happen again. So give a shout out to, don't tell her I said this, but give a shout out to Melissa for that.
One thing I would touch on with the mint phase, right, is that the special covers are limited editions, and
Yes.
we will be opening it up on Monday
Monday.
night to public. And when those are gone, those are gone.
Yep.
So I think Sunday is totally cool, and you should be okay even through Monday or maybe into Tuesday. But there's always the possibility that all the limited edition covers will be gone.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Upper says for sure, team needs R&R and food. Dude, you are not kidding. Like 100%. So that's tier 1. Tier 2 is the paid edition. We were really inspired by everyone's. We got such a positive response from the Hail Draconis Adult Fantasy collab, you know, and that was us just doing a cover. That we wanted to kind of do it again, but in our own way with our book. And it's a lot of fun to do. And so tier 2 is a paid cover. It's going to be approximately estimate around $35. There's going to be 2 covers. You're going to have the option of the super rare edition, which is Avery's, which is the one on the left, and the one on the right, the epic variant edition, which is mine, which I can't show you yet. But those are going to be the 2 editions. They're going to be, I think it's like, I don't think we even have it listed here, which we probably should add, but I believe Avery's is 2 out of 3 and mine's 1 out of 3, right? So we'll actually add that in there because I noticed that it's not there. But so it's my cover is a little more rare than Avery's, but we didn't want to make it crazy. Like honestly, we want people to have both covers. So we wanted to make it as balanced as we could. It's like I said, it's gonna be around $35, and there's something. So basically, when you guys choose to jump in to buy this, it actually triggers a little bit of a game, and we wanted to make something fun, and it's the end of the year, and we wanted to do something really cool. We definitely wanted to show our appreciation for your continued support with adult fantasy. And so what we've decided to do is there's actually a tier 3, which is basically special airdrops. And so when you buy this exclusive variant cover, if you buy 1, awesome, thank you. If you buy 2, awesome, thank you. If you buy 3, you're going to get a legendary chromium cover from Avery airdrop to you. So we'll just like after the drop, we'll just drop it your way. And there's only going to be 50 of these available. So the cover A is this guy right here, and chromium. So it's hard to show on screen in a photo from the internet. Like if you Google it, it's like, I don't get it because it's hard to photograph. Basically what a chromium comic cover is like mirror chrome. So if you've ever seen like a race car and it's just like freaking glows and then you can see your reflection in it, it's like a mirror on paper, right? And so it's one of the best treatments in specialty comics. It's awesome. And so Flint is designing the very first chromium cover edition for adult fantasy, and it's again, like everything Flint does, it's technically advanced. I get the easy part. I'm like, can we do this really hard thing? Thanks, and he just takes it like a champ and he just goes at it. It looks amazing. In fact, I could show Dusty. Should I show the sample? We have like the working one in the Discord.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it is a work in progress sample, but it at least shows the direction we're going with it.
Yeah. I'll show it because I think the other edition is like understandable because I think most people know what it is or like have seen it on posters, but this people may not have ever seen before. So give me 1 second, guys. This is on the fly stuff here. That is in, oh, that's in our group chat, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in our group chat.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yes. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Now, again, this is a very early test. It's actually going to look way better than this. So caveat, it already looks good in the shot. It's a little pixelated. Like I said, it's not really meant to show anybody else. But, you know, you guys get the inside stuff. Check this out. All right, can we see this? Yeah. All right. So I know it's a little pixelated and hard to see, but this is Flint showing us the stuff. So I think you'll be able to see. Yeah, you see how it kind of is reflective? Like, this is a really early test. I promise you it's going to be way more detailed, and it's going to be way more like mirrored out, right? He literally did this, and this was the very first day, and he said he did it in like 5 minutes. So this is just like, oh, I wonder if I just start. But he wanted to show kind of what it would start to look like so we could discuss it. And I want to show you guys like what a chromium kind of looks like. So it's highly, highly reflective, and it's going to look awesome. KG says, wish I wasn't on my phone. Oh, you youngsters and your mobile phones. When I was your age, I had a desktop computer. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go back. So it's gonna be wicked. It's gonna be really, really cool. Let's see. Go back to this. Cool. Opportunist says better. Wow, better get 3 kg. And KG says so tiny. Well, you'll be able to play the video back, man. It's okay. We're gonna, as soon as, you know, if yeah, just trust me, it's gonna look freaking amazing. So that's the chromium Avery cover. So it'll be this cover right here, chromium. If you buy 3 of them, and there's only 50 available. So I want these things to go quick, man. I really want these things to go out. Now, if you buy 5, you're gonna get the legendary chromium edition of my cover. So this cover, which you haven't seen yet, it'll be chromium, and there's also only going to be 50 available of that. So by 3, you're going to get Avery's cover, which is going to look incredible. If you get 5, you'll get this special cover, which you haven't seen yet. But I'm very happy with it. I'm pretty stoked about it. And there's only going to be 50 available. Now, what happens if you buy 10? If you're like just really decide to support, I like how Dusty has to turn his camera off because the cat gets in the way, and there's like a big cat butt in the front of the screen.
Yeah. I just have to manhandle the cat a little bit, and I don't want anyone from PETA calling me. Yeah.
Aw, poor kitty. This cat only does this when we're on stream, by the way.
Only.
Hey, what's up, J-Rod? How you doing, man?
What up, J-Rod?
Good seeing you, brother. So just to recap, if you're awesome and you buy 3, you get the chromium edition of Avery's cover. If you're awesome and you get 5, you're going to get the chromium edition of my cover, and both of those are limited to 50. What happens if you're just a super supporter of AF and you really are like, yeah, these guys have it going on, and you know, not only will you have my the whole team's undying love and affection, but you're also going to get the Mythic Edition, which we're not showing you, but it's going to be, I love this so much. It's going to be Blacklight. There's only going to be 25 available of these. And so what this is if you guys saw, so if you see this, imagine this. Let me show you. Imagine this guy right here. Okay. So you've got the brand new case that's shiny because Flint is amazing. There's actually going to be a new button, a toggle switch or something, right on the side. And what happens is when you push that button, the lights go out and the thing just starts to glow, like straight up black light. So you got an on switch and an off switch. And I can't even stress how excited I am for this, because it's one of those things that is not possible in real life, right? there aren't a lot of blacklight comics because, and when you do blacklight, normally it's like reds and greens, like there and whites, like there's specific colors that blacklight. But we're in Web3, man, so we can just make that thing glow. Yeah, blacklight and comic tech nerds, risky. Very true, man. Very true. So yes, if you decide to support us at the 10 purchase level, you'll get the blacklight version. It's going to be really cool, and there's only 25. There's only 25. Also, one of these mythics, if you are one of the lucky people that buy those 10 or get one of those 25, one of those mythic editions is going to be team signed, and that's it. Like that'll be the one that's team signed for the drop. So definitely think that that's going to be like the one to go for. J Ross says, I will hacker scam whoever gets one if I don't, FYI. That's awesome. KG says, yeah, that sums it up, LOL. And Upper says, yeah, Todd must have dreamed about this as a kid or something. Crazy idea. Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I'm so in love with it. I'm like, can we do this? Like I did this research. I have a lot of this in my collection. Like I've got things like glow in the dark and different treatment covers. And I was just like, well, what? The chromium is awesome. And the chromium I knew was going to look great. It's in my opinion, it's one of the best comic style covers you can get. But then I was like, well, what can we do that's really a cool treatment, but you can't really do with comics, or I haven't really seen that worked well. And it's a blacklight. Like you start looking at blacklight posters, and I was like, oh hell yeah, like let's do it. Like something so cool. Like, oh man, I love it. Inventing new technology and having something that just it's going to be a capstone of a collection. The one thing to know about the drop and how to do this, if you want to participate, is that each airdrop is determined by the quantity purchased during a single transaction. Okay, so you don't want to do like one and then 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 one. Those will all be seen because blockchain as single purchases, right? We won't be able to tally those up. So you want to make sure that you get what you want to get, and then you can do more if you choose. So for instance, if you were to purchase 10 Origin comics in one transaction, you'd receive the Mythic Edition airdropped. If you were to purchase 10 Origin comics via 2 transactions, like 5 and then 5, you'd get 2 Legendary Edition Bs airdropped. Okay, so neither of these are bad. It's just to clarify whichever you prefer, right? Some people might want 2 of the legendaries, and then you're good to go. You just do it twice, right? Example 3, if you were to purchase 3 Origin comics via 2 transactions, like 1 and then 2, you'd get a heartfelt thank you and a thumbs up, but you wouldn't get the airdrop, right? So if you want that legendary Chromium Avery Cover A airdrop to you where there's only 50 available, you got to make sure to hit quantity of 3, right? We want to make sure that everyone gets exactly what they want. And all airdrops are first come and first serve. If a tier is exhausted, you'll receive an airdrop from a lower tier, right? So if you get 10, but those 25 are sold out, then we'll definitely give you 2 of the 5s for the Chromium. So it definitely is first come first serve. And there is more. So I showed you guys this. I think it's on this one. I showed you guys. Oh, it's at the top. This little new dial over here where it's a story, but then it says leaderboard. And there's going to be a leaderboard of the top 25. This is, again, for those that are just joining, this is fake information. This is not real. This is sort of like our staging site, so we can test stuff. So like, yeah, all these buttons over here on the right side are not going to be here, right? It's just, everything is visible. This is for Melissa. So, but there'll be a leaderboard, and you'll be able to see the top 25 people and the number that they minted. And the reason is because on top of the Chromium editions and the Blacklight edition, for those that go for the whole thing, if you want to go for the big shebang, we have top purchaser rewards. So this is awesome. So if you are a top purchaser, which is the sum of all your paid mints, you're going to receive the following original NFT art. So first place, i.e. the person who made the most purchases, that winner is gonna receive Avery's cover A original art. So the original art to this. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna show it to you because it's freaking awesome. I'll show it to you as a non NFT. So it's gonna be in a case. It's gonna look great. But I'll show you kind of what his black and white stuff looks like. I'm doing this on the fly, so give me 1 second. Dusty, while I'm doing this, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, you've got the list though. But anyway, yeah, first through 14th place, we'll get a variety of one-of-one original art NFTs. And it's basically, yeah, the original art before it was painted or anything, as drawn by Avery, the artist. And it's actually really cool because you know how in our Friday Night Comics and stuff, we look at Heritage Auction. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like all the original art we see there. Like really a top tier collectible from the adult fantasy universe.
It's really, really cool. Here it is. It is. I'm going to show you the Avery. Where's Avery's original art pages? Avery, cover number 1. Yeah, let me open this up. Okay. So the way Avery works is he works on paper, like pen and ink, but he also works digitally. So he'll draw something and scan it and work on it digitally, and then go back and forth and back and forth. The covers, however, he did on paper. So I'm going to share this with you. Let's see, window. So this is the original art for. Let me move this up a little bit so you can kind of see it. Oh, it doesn't want me to do that. So I think at least zoom in maybe. So you can kind of see, like, I mean, it's full on, like, it's a drawing, right? Like, I know it looks like Flint made this, but no, this is actually real paper, blue line ink, like super good. So the way this is going to work is we're going to be making one-of-one NFT collectible NFTs. So these will be considered the original art for the comic. So what we're going to be doing is so what we're going to be doing is giving away the original art NFTs from the entire book. So Avery's 2 covers and all the interior pages. So first place, which is the most purchases, the winner is going to receive Avery's cover A. So the one that I just showed you, that's cover A. You're going to get that NFT, the original art NFT. And it's a original one-of-one art piece. There's never going to be another one. There's only one in existence, and it's going to be yours. For second place, you're going to win Avery's cover B original art, which is this guy right here. This one is awesome. In fact, you know what? I'll even show. Maybe I'll just do this as well. Give me 1 second. I have this open now, so we can show it to you. So cover B, you're going to get this. Right? Look how dope that is, dude.
That's so good.
So, and I'm zooming in so you can see everything, but just super nice, really cool. Look at that detail, dude. It's just the guy's teeth are getting knocked out. It's so good. And you got like some guy's face in the knife, like reflection of the knife. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's so good. So if you are in second place, you will get that. And then if you come in from third place to 14th place, you will be getting a randomly selected page from the interior of the book, which is awesome. So like I said, these are all one-of-ones. You're not going to be able to find it anywhere else. They're not for sale. It's a way for us to say thank you for really supporting us in a deep way. Like I said, it's we've been around for a year. We've been. I hope we over deliver for you guys. We try every day to go as hard as we can. And we got a lot of good stuff planned. And as I stated before, I'll say it again. We're 100% supported by you guys. We're not venture backed. It's purely based on labor, blood, sweat, and tears, right? And your support, 100%. So we certainly appreciate you guys, and we want to do everything we can to show that. And we think that this is a great way to do it. And so all you'll have to do is you'll come over to the site, and this will be live tomorrow. You can go to the allow list. The link will just take you to the allow list. And then when you're ready, you'll be able to mint whichever tier you want to mint, and then you'll be good to go. And I think that's pretty good. I think that's it. Upper says thank you. Good night. Yeah, Upper, thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, everything else is pretty much gravy. What do you guys think? You guys got any questions? Upper, thank you again for showing up, dude. I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you, Upper.
For sure. See you in Discord too.
I just wanted to add too, Todd, to the allow list. If you are an adult fantasy holder of any adult fantasy NFT, then you don't have to worry about the pre-mint or anything like that, right? Everybody's automatically added. If you're not a holder, you'll need to join the allow list.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you guys get first dibs, because I'm pretty sure everyone here is in our crew. Yeah, and some really good things coming up. Is there anything we want to talk about outside of the drop? Probably not. I don't know.
No, we're pretty focused on the drop right now.
We got so much good stuff, dude.
We do. God.
It's really difficult. Like our meetings are like, okay, so we can't do that yet. We gotta finish this. It's really good. I look, man. Even with all the craziness in Web3, I hope you guys can tell that we have a lot of fun here. I think we do. And everyone. All I know is that we laugh a lot and we have a lot of fun making this stuff. And that's you can't ask for anything more.
And I'm contractually obligated to say I am in fact having fun.
For sure. KG says excited. Sounds great. Update on the card design deadline.
Yes. When would we like to run that to? Probably until after the launch, right?
Yeah. So we extended it a little bit. We're probably going to extend it just a little more, only because we're running up into like the launch and Thanksgiving. And look, everything's going to stop next week. You know what I mean? Like at least from team stuff. Like everyone needs a break and family time and stuff. So we'll probably let it run another week. Maybe we could have worked that schedule a little bit better on our side, but I don't see a harm in letting it run for another week. What do you think, KG? Are you cool with that? If we give you guys another week on the character contest? I'll also say we're thinking about, we're actually talking about the character contest, and we may be like doing some slight tweaks to future things to make it even better. So it's here to stay. We love it, and I mean, you guys are kicking ass. Like, I mean, Wizard's piece is fucking gorgeous. Excuse my French, but it's awesome. And then some of the stuff that you guys are rolling are pretty cool too. And so we have some really, really good stuff to come out with that. It's going to be, I think you guys are going to be really happy. And, we're always open to feedback too. Like we don't come out, these are big systems, and like, we're really designing something that, I mean, I kind of think it's almost a trope to say it's never been done before, but no, it's like we're like really creating a system for the decentralized collaboration of creating like lore, like actual like how do you create a pop culture franchise and do it in a way that's like playing a video game or a tabletop game, right? Like and so we don't expect everything that we launch to be perfect, especially like stuff like that. But it is here to stay, and we're gonna keep tweaking it until it's perfect. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Wait, what? Wait, that's French? I never knew I spoke French often. That's true. Yeah, pardon my French. Okay. Slight joke. So I'm in North Carolina now, obviously, and I picked up my 3-year-old from daycare today, and her teacher said, "Oh, did you tell your dad the new word you learned today?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh, that's usually a bad sign." You know what I mean? Um, and my daughter was just like no. She shook her head no. She was like, I haven't said anything. And the teacher said, "We learned French. We learned how to say thank you in French." And I said, "Oh, did you now?" And my daughter said it under her breath, and then the teacher, kind of amplified it. But she said, "Mayor C," because I'm in the South, so it's like Mayor C. I was like, "That's wonderful," like that's awesome, Mayor C. Like, oh man. J Ross says, "Sorry for my random dad jokes." No, you're okay. I mean, it's true. There's only room for one person's dad joke here. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much time. What do you, Dusty? Is there anything else we need to cover, or anything else we should grind on about?
No, I think we've pretty much hit it all. I know I am super excited for this. I'm just amazed at how good this story is. I helped kind of proofread and edit it. It is phenomenal. I can't believe something this good has come out of Lore Games.
It's
Like, it
so
makes me
good, dude.
so much more excited for Lore Games.
I know, and I will tell you guys this, a little inside baseball. Zach hit me up. Was it yesterday? He hit me up yesterday, texted, and he is now 40,000 words into the novel, which is he said that's about halfway done. And I said, 40,000 words. I don't think I've ever read 40,000 words. I was like, 40,000 words. That's huge. All right. Damn, dude. So the novel is being written, which is another product of Lore Games, right? And we got so much cool stuff coming out from Lore Games, and new side quests, all kinds of cool shit. So anyway, I get excited. Yeah, it's this book is going to be really cool. And let us know what you guys think when you get it, when you see it. And I would, again, blue sky, I'm going to just go ahead and put it out there in the universe, because you never know, but I would love to start making these things physical books. So I think we got this year was like a lot of tech and system design and making sure that the pieces fit and getting the contract, all that stuff situated so we could do this on a regular scale, and even help other teams that are friends of ours, like help them lower their costs too. And so we've done that. And so I think part of next year is getting some of the production stuff. I would love to produce some of these books. Maybe we can come back and actually even produce this origin story as a comic. There's nothing. I mean, that's the amazing thing about Web3 is you can go back in time almost. You know what I mean? Like, you really can. You can go back and say, "Oh yeah, that ash can from like 6 years ago. We should actually just make that a book now. Let's go ahead and release it." Yeah. Hey, holders, if you guys bought that book 6 years ago in 2022, the comic is coming out for it. Go get it. Here it is. We'll just airdrop it. We'll ship it to you. Airship it. Anyway, there's so much stuff we can do. I love this fucking space.
Me too.
I love it. I really do. Anyway, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let Dusty know if you have any questions. If you don't, no worries, no harm. We can bounce. Dusty, are we doing game night tonight?
I think since we have everybody here, I think we should. Yeah.
Yeah. We could do game night. I mean, J-Raw hasn't done Shell Shockers in a while.
J-Raw came along and got a little whooped on, and he's like,
Yeah.
I gotta leave victorious, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep his head down and not.
And KG's around too. So
Ooh.
I don't know.
Could be fun, guys. Could be fun.
Could be a good night. Anyway, we'll make a decision. We'll see you guys in Discord. I just want to say thank you guys again. I cannot wait for this drop. We're gonna do a lot of AMA stuff and questions. So if you have any questions or whatever, hit us up. And yeah, man, if I'm gonna see if I can get pull some more designs out of Flint. But embedded NFTs. and brand new, brand new shine on the, where is it? Oh, it's in the story side. There you go. Brand new shine on the case, like chromium cover, blacklight covers, dude. Adult Fantasy, man, what's up? KG says he's gonna have to go upstairs to the office, but I'm game. Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it. All right, guys. Love you. We will hop in Discord and we'll let you know what time games start. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions. And do us a favor, please. Spread the word. You know what I mean? If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Hit the bell for notifications and what the youngsters say. Hit the bell and yeah, share it with people. Let's get the word out. I will say I want to give a shout out also to a lot of our friend projects. I think we've hit up several. A lot of our friends in the Web3 NFT space have been helping us share it with their groups, and you've seen a lot of people come into the Discord, and we want to thank everybody publicly as well, because it's just awesome. We love the space. So, all right, guys, take care. God bless. See you later. Hop over to the Discord. Dusty, I'm gonna make him pick like a big map so I can snipe him from across the way, and we'll see you in a few minutes.